True with Guns America, if you're watching this video right now, it's because the brand new SIG Sauer Kilo 10K Gen 2s have just launched, and we're going to give you the first look. Remember, you saw it here first at Guns America. Hit that subscribe button, help us out in the algorithms, share this. We got some pretty exciting stuff here. Okay, so what's new on the new Gen 2 Kilo 10Ks? Well, there's a lot, and we're going to run you through this really quickly. We're actually going to go over the outside features, and then we're going to go over the inside features first. So first off, it's a new color. This is the old Kilo 10Ks. You can see what they look like. New color, and the texture is a little different. There's some things that have been moved around. The knurling on the focus pieces is different. The eyepieces are new and improved. These are plastic in here, and I've actually broken them a couple times and had to send them in to be warrantied. And these now are metal on the inside, so they're not going to break anymore. Much better eyepiece design. The adjustments here on the eyepieces, as you can see, are way different, and on the focus wheel in the center is different. Now, also, if you notice, if you look here on the top, there's some new buttons right here. There's a plus and a minus and a win button, and that is huge. So what this allows you to do now is actually range a target, then hit the win button. But the first thing that pops up when you hit the win button is the wind direction. It gives you a clock face, and with the plus or minus buttons, you can simply push them up or down, and it will change the direction of the wind. So you can do this super fast. And then as soon as you're done doing that, you hit the win button again, and it updates the wind direction in your dope, what you just ranged for. The other thing that you can do here is if you just go in after you range something and hit the plus or minus button, it immediately gives you the wind speed. So you can just immediately start pushing up or down. So I like to leave mine set at 10, but if it's like, it's pretty windy out here today, which it is today, I'm guessing we're getting 15 to 17 mile an hour gusts. All I've got to do is just go into hit the plus button and start hitting up. And just like that, I'm at 15 miles an hour. No more going into the menus, no more of that stuff. It's just right there. And then when you're done, if you don't, it only takes about a second of delay before it switches right over and updates your dope. The other thing that you can do here, so I've had this happen before where I range something, right? I range something way out here to shoot at it. And so let's just do an example. I have my six Creedmoor in this right now. So we're gonna range this building or this tractor. That tractor's 894 yards away, and it says 5.4 milrads. Well, if I'm not quite ready to shoot, let's say a minute goes by, and I'm screwing around getting my rear bag ready to shoot or whatever, and I'm like, crap, what was my dope? Well, instead of having to rearrange that now, all I have to do, as long as it hasn't been too long, even if the dope has gone away in here, all I have to do is hit the menu button one time, and it brings up that last dope that the laser rangefinder brought up. Now, I should point out that the most exciting feature on the inside of this rangefinder, at least in my opinion, is the blue tint that we have all been complaining about that's in the original 10Ks is completely gone. So it's measured by a computer, 95% clear glass. You can't see any blue tint. I can look through these and see no blue tint whatsoever now, whereas before I felt like I was an underwater SeaWorld aquarium with bluish, greenish sort of tint. So that's gone. Now, I asked the SIG engineer how they got rid of it, and he told me the technology now exists that did not exist during the original Gen 1. So the display does not require those coatings in order to read. The other thing I noticed, he told me that the software has also gotten better. So when I laser something, it's so much faster, and I thought they must have updated the laser. He said they didn't. The laser is still 1.5 mils by 0.06 mils. So that is tiny. It's a really tiny, fine point. You can still adjust it if it's not perfect to your reticle. You can go into the software and move it so that it hits right where you want the software to be. But the display is amazing. The laser, I think it reads back quicker and gets more accurate hits. But otherwise, the software is the same. It still has a full applied ballistics inside. One of the other things that has updated is there's a newer compass chip inside this. So if you remember when you were trying to drop a pin in the software, it wasn't always super accurate, or you'd have to recalibrate the binos. Now this newer compass pin is much more accurate. It's more reliable. It seems to work a lot better. So those are the major updates. on the new SIG Kilo 10Ks. Biggest feature being clear glass, no more blue. It's a lot easier to see color contrast differences. If you're glassing for animals, the natural colors are gonna pop better. I think from a perception perspective, I think you're going to feel like they work better in low light. I'm not sure that they actually do. The actual lens is the same, the coatings are what are different. So obviously coatings make a huge difference in low light, but I think it's more a perceived difference, meaning it's less blue-green, it looks brighter, clearer to our eye. So far though, I'm impressed. Loving the wind features. These instant buttons that allow you to just go up and down. I actually have been using these for a bit now, and it's pretty fantastic. You feel the wind change, you just hit the plus button, go up a couple, and it's ready to go. So for those of you that have never seen these before, don't know anything about them, I think you can store like 30 profiles inside this. So you make your whole profile for your gun, your velocity, your ballistic coefficient, everything that your bore over height or your sight scope over bore, everything that might have anything to do with your ballistics. You do it on your phone, it updates to this, you don't need your phone anymore. The menu system in this is fantastic. You hold the menu button down one for like a second and it pops it up and it gives you different range modes. In the range modes, I leave it on BDX Elite because that's what uses applied ballistics. It actually has sensors in the binoculars that check the atmosphere, the temperature, humidity, your angle, your elevation, all that kind of stuff. It's got BDX external, which will go to like a phone or a Kestrel if you want to send that information over there. AMR, LOS, which is your line of sight. It has an archery mode, and then you can just hit back and save. It's got all your ballistic profiles. Right now I've got 6 of them in here, 5 of them in here. But those are specific to a bullet and a gun. Your target mode, you've got last target, first target, best target. So for example, if I'm trying to hit something that's beyond this hill, like there's some cows way out here and there's a hill in the way, and if I wanted to hit the cows and know I wasn't hitting the hill, I would tell it the last target. Best target would be the strongest one. So like, hey, there's a stop sign out there reflecting, I would want to use best target. And first target would be as if I don't want it to range the cows that are out past the hill. Instead, I want it to hit the hill or the top of the hill. So it's got those features. And then there's an XR, which is extended range. And what that's going to do is it's going to give longer pulses. You really need to set it up on a tripod. Right now we've got this Really Right Stuff adapter on a Really Right Stuff tripod, and we'll show some using of that. But that allows you to range out to the 10,000 yards, which is what these are advertised at. It's pretty impressive. It's going to use your battery faster because it's really cranking things out there. But and then there's a fog mode. So if it's snowing, raining, fog, there's particles in the air, the laser's going to get those bouncing back, and it needs to know that that's what's going on, so you would put it in that. Then up next is the display brightness, which I just leave it to auto adjust. You can go high, medium, or low. I like it left to auto. It does a great job for me just sensing the light, and I have no problem seeing it. You can just select the reticle, and I like it on square. And the reason I like it on square is because the actual beam coming out is rectangular shaped, and so that's kind of how I like to keep it. I actually wish they had a rectangular option. You can do a circle, a duplex, and then there's also a grid in mils. You can do half or full, so we have it turned on half right now, and that's kind of that option. Unit of measurement, just as it sounds, you can change distance from yards to yards and meters, temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius, wind mile an hour to miles per second. You can do feet or metric, MOA or milrad. You've got a lot of options in this menu. And then there's some feature settings, which include turning on your Bluetooth, density, altitude, wind modes, battery savers on or off, and the startup logo. So really a ton of features. The compass, you can calibrate it. The onboard sensors, you can actually go in there and see what they're reading right now. And then you can go into the about and see the version that you're on, the software that you're on, and what generation these are. And you can see in there it's the K10 Gen 2s. So that's the menu. That's what you got going on. These are the best range finding binocular on the market right now. They range the farthest, the fastest, and now updated glass, updated wind buttons, big deal. Go check out SIG Sauer's website for more information, or you can always check out Guns America. Please like, subscribe, and we will see you next time here on the channel.